Hello, myself Sunil Ramakrishna. Here we are discussing the most dangerous topic, that is the city creation. In this, basically, we are discussing about the 20% error basically that is there basically. So here, this just see the example only basically. 3,50,000 buildings basically of software company basically they have created. They basically can't sit for 2 hours basically. They can't basically do the discussion for 2 hours. Then how basically they will sit in the computer and do the programming and do the management level work basically in the 3,50,000 building basically. They will 100% gets the disease basically. I'm telling you 100%. They might few people basically will get heart attack also basically. Reason, the combination of words basically, on the base of the combination of words basically the buildings are created. How? Textbook, the business development officer basically they basically know that basically. The business development officer say that basically this is basically the text box building. Text box is created from the thousand cities basically having this all combination of words, and on the base of that combination of words energy basically this building is created. So they know basically that this all basically combination of words basically contains in this building, and they are going to get the project of this text box only basically equal to 1,000 cities. So text that city basically has to increase. So that in simple word basically. So they are going to get this all projects only. For that basically they have designed CRM project, this project, payroll project, this project, ERP, this, each and everything project basically they have designed. So like this basically the business development officer basically are also basically nowadays getting, that is the sales team basically, they are also basically telling here basically I have given the project basically. In future anything, anybody will get heart attack, anybody will get brain cancer, then I will be responsible. So nowadays basically the sales also basically of the business has been stopped, or the software company basically has stopped. So like this basically few people says that basically, then he told that he might be telling 100% correct basically, because they will be responsible na basically. If anything happens to that particular employee basically, or project manager or software delivery head or basically developer or basic quality people or any CEO or vice president basically, they are discussing the project at that time basically anything happen basically, then who will be responsible? Power company will say that basically we are basically passing the perfect data basically, that is your responsibility, that you should basically, then they will say that basically you are supposed to give this project to this company. So that basically the business development also officer should be clear about the thing basically. That's why basically so that basically nobody can able to blame them basically. So everybody say that basically we are basically clear, we are clear, we are clear, we are clear. So like this basically things are basically there. So one of the person told that yes, here basically we have to keep everything clear basically. So for that basically one of the person told that basically we have to create software also basically for that, so that basically it keeps each and every information basically. So it keeps each and every information. So one of the person told that ये जो plane crash होता है that is basically might be correct also है basically. 100 plane which is getting crashed, that might be correct also. Then one of the person told that the government basically might be knowing this all this thing basically. The person told that basically mostly government basically might not be knowing basically this whole thing basically. The reason, the government is also handled by one of the admin group basically. So they also basically mostly might not be knowing this all this thing basically. Then one of the person told that 20% error basically, and 20% error they might be knowing basically. Mostly basically might be knowing, because 200 sorry 100 plane basically which is getting crashed, so they might be knowing this everything. So just see basically the combination basically. So one of the person told that basically yes, here basically it's very dangerous basically. So one of the person told that basically why don't we finish the whole world and basically create the whole world again basically. Then one of the person told that basically that is not possible here basically. You can't finish the world basically. The without universe approval basically, you can't change the color of the grass to green to brown also basically. Then how you can finish the world basically? How you can finish the world? Like telling that basically finish the world basically, that is not possible. Reason I will tell you basically. For example, one person told that basically I want to do this. I want to do bomb blast basically in this 2 kilometer area. Then he told that yes, basically I have prepared the RDX, I have prepared the timer machine, I have set it each and every chip, that is the programming. Then basically each and everything basically I have done this basically, and I have dumped the RDX also basically inside that box. So he told that basically okay, the blast will happen basically, but it will not affect to the 2 kilometer area. Why? Because it will happen to few basically area only basically. That also might be possible 10 foots here, 10 foots here basically. But to blast entire 2 kilometer basically, the target was of the 2 kilometer. So he told that 2 kilometer that is not possible without the power supply company and without the energy company and without the nuclear power company. So do to do the bomb blast also basically to the 2 kilometer area from the RDX. RDX basically that basically his name is given by the certain group basically to the RDX. From the RDX that also required the power groups data, energy data and the nuclear power company data. Then how you can finish the world basically? There also basically satellite permission is basically required. Without satellite permission also this 2 kilometer area will not get blast. Then he told that yes, yeah, basically it's very difficult to finish the world also basically. So he one of the person told that you have to solve the problem basically. There is no other option basically. So that's why basically one of the person is solving the problem, that is 100 plane crash. Somebody is solving it basically, and he basically took this way basically instead of finishing the whole world basically. One of the person told that we will finish the whole world basically. Then the other person told that we will do one thing basically, do like this basically. So he basically is doing that way basically. So that's basically each and every people basically thinking basically. One of the person told that basically few police people basically work with the gun basically, and few people police people basically work on the base of peace basically. They talk the people and then basically they solve the people. And a few police people say that we don't talk the people and we just pick the gun and basically do our work basically. That way is our working style basically. So that way basically, that type of thing basically are here also basically. Each and every people basically working style is basically totally different basically. So in software industry also basically it's like that only basically. Few software company basically or owner basically or project manager or delivery head basically, their working style basically are totally different basically. Their working style basically are totally different. Few people say that basically we clear this incidents basically through earthquakes. So for example, currently basically where basically the earthquake has came. Big earthquake basically, small earthquake basically that happens normally basically. Easily, so this see basically this all earthquake basically. These earthquake basically are connected with the incident basically, and it's connected with this basically, this data, and this data basically. So whatever earthquake basically is coming, big, small basically. I will take one example of India basically. Last India basically when earthquake basically. That was Meghalaya and Assam basically, and after that, before that basically Manipur, before that Kashmir, before that Nepal, Uttar Pradesh, Myanmar. Like this basically the earthquake basically are connected. So like this basically earthquakes basically are connected with this data basically. 20% error based. So one of the person told that 20% error तो है भाई, and this error is also basically there. That is Sunil Nair story basically is also generated the error basically. That also basically you have to solve basically. Few people say that हम तो Sunil Nair को मार देंगे, and like this basically we are going to solve the error basically. Few people says that basically, just taking as an example basically. So that type of people are also basically there. Then one of the person told that basically you can see this color basically, that is brown color. Then you do that yes here basically. You are correct. It's brown color only. It's brown color only. So in next video basically we are going to see a little bit more about the most dangerous topic, that is 20% error basically are there in the education sector basically. Somebody is trying to solve that error. Few people are telling that basically we will finish the world basically. Few people are telling that basically 100 plane crash will be okay. Then few people says that basically 100 parts basically of the earth planet is divided and Asian is one of the part.